Hey lads, so this is a video about Kenshi base building location, and I'm gonna show you one of the best, if not the best, base building locations that I found throughout my journeys in Kenshi. So this is a base that I built in Shem, and it offers a lot more than it might seem at the very start. So the things that I'm going to cover, aside from the fact that the location is beautiful, it offers very rich resources in both iron and copper, even more if you want to expand further than I have. As you can see, only in this one screen you can see 5 nodes. That is excellent. Wind generation is next to perfect. You barely ever get wind power below 50%. I still would recommend building some small wind generators, but notwithstanding, it's excellent. Another thing that it has is, well, it's not perfect, but at the beginning of your base building, unfortunately, you will only be able to grow cactuses, which are not very nutritious, and you'll have to make chew sticks from them. So, however, when you advance a little bit and you're able to grow hydroponics, build hydroponics, you will be able to produce wheat. From wheat, you'll be able to produce flour, and from flour, you'll be able to make bread, which, when combined with the cactuses, will give you dust widgets, which are just an excellent source of nutrition, second best in the game, I think. Um, Aside from that, the location of the base is next to perfect. I mean, it's located in nearly the dead center of the map. So you will have access to all of these other regions without too much hardship. Because it's not that far from the place where you originally start, it will also not be too overwhelmingly difficult to defend, which I personally find enjoyable because I primarily like to have my base as a safe haven and venture out with my party for most of the time. Uh, Another great benefit is that right next to it you have settled nomads and, even more importantly, way station, which takes very little time to get there, where you can sell off your goods, and even more importantly, you can get the essential base building materials, iron plates and building materials, when you start. So it gives you an easier start. You don't have to mine everything yourself. And now, the possibly best part about this place, which admittedly can make defending the base a little bit too easy because it could be interpreted as an abuse of AI, but I'll leave that to decide to you, is this gorgeous lake that we have inside. So as you will see, my main gate is left open, and I always leave it open purposefully because, well, if you played Kenshi, you'll know that gates get broken down rather fast. And when the enemies get into your base, well, you can be potentially screwed, especially if there's a few raiding parties coming at you at once, which has happened to me quite often. However, if you position your gate as such, what you will have is that enemies will always flood straight through the open gate and find themselves in the lake. And when they're in the lake, they're really, really slow. So they will go venturing all throughout the lake and give you perfect positioning to shoot at them from every angle. So you can have turrets in the lake and all around it, which is very good because, well, you'll not shoot your own guys, which is great, but you will also have surround fire on your enemies with great elevation if you choose to build towers like this. However, the lake is both a blessing and a curse at the same time, because when you start building, all of your pawns doing their duties and whatnot will always choose the shortest path, which is straight through the lake, and they will take so long to get through it. especially if they have robotic limbs, as most of my main guys at least. That's gonna make it unbearable. So what I suggest and what has worked perfectly, as you can see, I have no pawns in the lake, even though they're running all around, is building these little fences all around the lake. They have great clipping, enemies don't attack them, and your pawns will always choose to go around the lake in that case, because to get from, say, here to here, it's impossible for them to get into the lake. They will have to go around it. And that resolves the only issue that I had with this place entirely. And as I mentioned, the enemies won't try to break them down, so they will always choose the path through the lake, and in my situation I have an exit right here. So the defensive strategy that I have for the most part when I'm out with my main group who are skilled up and great fighters is I'll have one guy who stands here who is rather skilled, pretty good, and I'll have all of my other troops firing down from the high ground, which makes defending rather easy, which you might like or not, but as I said, I prefer to explore the world and have the base as my safe haven. Anyways, this is about it. My reasoning for why this is a good place is resources, wind, food, once you get hydroponics, beauty of the surroundings, and excellent base defensibility. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and I wish you all a great day. Ciao!